All right, so I just want to tell you that I'm not giving you any medical advice. All I'm doing is sharing my experience from the last 2 weeks. Okay, so I flew all the way to Bozeman, Montana, and some guy sat next to me, was hacking, coughing, blowing his nose. I mean, it was unbelievable. I could not believe it. And then about 7 days later, guess what? I got this. So I went right to the doctor as soon as I had symptoms, and they gave me this, which is Paxlovid, and I've been taking it for 5 days now. And it really, I haven't really had the horrible symptoms like I had the first 2 times I had COVID. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm gonna take this test now. This has been 5 days I've been on the Paxlovid, and now I'm gonna see if I'm gonna come up positive. So the way it works is you get this thing and you gotta swab your nose, and you gotta go, you know, like 10 times this way, 10 times that way, 10 times this way, 10 times that way. Then you gotta smush it in here and squish it around, close the cap, and then pour it in. Now I'm gonna show you how to do all that. But the first step, of course, is the swab. So here goes. All right, so this is a Genabio COVID test, all right, and they pretty much work all the same. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta get your swab out. So you gotta find this one end that doesn't have the, you know, the stuff on it, because you don't wanna contaminate it. You're gonna open it up, grab it, and then you've gotta go up in the nose really high and swab it. So I'm not gonna make you watch me do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. 1, 2, and I'm swirling it at the same time. I'm kind of turning it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going the other way. And you got to do both nostrils. 1, 2, 3. I'm swabbing around. Oh, okay, I think I got it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop this top off of it, right? You don't want to touch anything with this, especially if you're positive for COVID. You don't want to get anybody else sick in your family. Then you stick the swab in here, and we're going to squish it around like about 20 times. I'm just going to smush it around, and I'm kind of squeeze it at the bottom so I can get all the, you know, good juice off of it. Doing pretty good, I think. I want to make sure I get it all in there. All right, then once I've done that, I want to throw this away. So I'm opening my garbage down here, and I'm going to drop this right in the garbage. I don't want it touching any counter spaces or anything, but I want to get all the sauce off of it. So I'm squeezing this really hard to pull it all off. And then I'm going to take this, drop it in the garbage. Now I'm going to put the cap on this like this, like that, okay? Now I've got the juice to put into the thing. All right, let me show you how that works. Okay, so here is your little thing that you got to put the juice in. See that little spot right there where it says S? That's where the juice goes. You got to put 3 shots in, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop in 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. They're kind of big and they're really yucky. All right, so now this I'm going to throw in the garbage. Now, I've got to wait 15 minutes. If I get 2 lines, I'm positive. The control line where it says C, that's a control line. You should get a line there. If you get a line where it says T, that means you're positive for COVID. So we're gonna wait 15 minutes and see what happens. So far, I don't see nothing happening, which is kind of weird. All right, well, cross your fingers, we'll come back to it. Now you can start to see it's coming up, and it's gonna move all the way to the top. And we're gonna give it 15 minutes, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna look and see if we got any line. Right now, I don't really see a line. If that line doesn't appear, then you're negative, which is cool. Here comes the big reveal. Let's look. Ooh. You know what? Check it out. I don't see a line. I do not see a line. I think I'm virus free. Thank God. Here's my 2 tests. This was day 1 on Monday of this week. And look at the color of that. That's red. That's super positive. This is day 5, taking Paxlovid. Look, I don't think you can see anything. I mean, I don't see any line at all. So I gotta say, that drug works, apparently. Yikes. All right, so I just want to tell you that I'm not giving you any medical advice. All I'm doing is sharing my experience from the last 2 weeks. I think I got COVID on a plane. My symptoms started on Monday. I went right to the doctor. They prescribed Paxlovid. I'd never taken it before. I started it that day. And 5 days later, I was negative. It seems like it worked. And I didn't have any horrible symptoms. The first 2 times I had COVID, the first time I had it for 10 months, and I was sick the whole time. Second time I had it for 40 days, and it was unbelievably miserable. I couldn't breathe. I was hacking up. But this time, I basically didn't have really any symptoms. I was just coughing up a little phlegm here and there. But for the most part, I felt pretty good. The only real side effect I had was I had this weird taste in my mouth all week from whatever these drugs are. So that's what happened to me. Now, I don't know if that would happen to you. This is anecdotal. It's not any kind of medical advice. I just want you guys to know that right off the bat. I'm just telling you what happened, what I did, and what my experience was. All right. Again, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other awesome videos where I show you stuff like this. Peace out.